Yeah, let's talk about this. Okay, it's a mulatto melodrama going on in people in mixed race spheres and Latino spheres and FBA spheres. Hold on, let me get my singing on. Oye, como va? El ritmo bueno pa' cosa. Mulata. Oye, como va? Okay. As I was saying, I'm about to put the Ted Cruz version of it. Keep on, y'all know the Ted Cruz version of, it came out there, Puente, was he Cuban, Puerto Rican? Okay. And then Santana, who's Mexican from Mexico, but he's Mexican American from here, he's an immigrant. He remade it, the song Oye Como Va. And it said, El ritmo bueno pa' cosa mulata. Okay, so the reason why I brought this song up is because I'm seeing American biracial identify because the black so-called parent ain't pure black. Okay, on this end, we don't want to drop anybody here. Okay, that so-called black parent ain't no full black. I don't care if they seen it's black. They gene pool, their ancestry is who they are. They have white and native. Okay, and I don't call myself pure black. I say I'm multiracial. I'm multiracial mix. I did my ancestry. My background is African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, Native American. Yes, the other I didn't know about the Scottish part. I didn't know about the Cherokee part until 2023 when I found more on my big mama side, my great grandmother, on my paternal grandmother's side, her mother. Okay, so this in the future, I'm gonna also show parts of my family tree. They were listed as mulatto, because y'all want to talk about what's mulatto here, and y'all talking about, oh, you just black, bro. I am multiracial, and I used to argue this back in the 2000s on social media. Because yes, of course, I'm not all the way mulatto when it comes to ancestry. Of course, I don't have a full blown pure black parent and a full blown pure white parent. Both my parents are descendants of black and white native mixture, okay? But was listed as black because of damn stupid one drop rule that back in Jim Crow. Because like I say, this conversation, we probably had this conversation because the one drop rules no longer law anymore. When they 1930, right? That's when they start putting people as black who had any drop of black in them, okay? So that means many of our grandparents, which makes sense because I used to get in argument debates with my paternal grandmother about this. Because I would tell her, I said, one drop rules don't longer law anymore. And she will hold on to that rule and I'm like, excuse me, if Oprah Winfrey told you that, and she did back then. And of course, I don't like Oprah no more because we know about the alleged trafficking, okay, down in Africa, and then her and The Rock, and they both were hard because I looked up to both Oprah Winfrey and The Rock. I always went over with my mama. And of course, I up to Rock back in the WWF days because he identifies a multiracial background. He always dressed nice and all that, and I'm like, that's the type of person that inspires me. And I would, I would identify as mixed in the 1990s. I still do, okay. But now I'm hearing sex trafficking, satanic mess. Okay, well, both of them too, and them asking people to go to Maui, Hawaii, right? And I'm like, ain't you the highest paid actor in Hollywood? Ain't you the billionaire sister girl? Like, And Oprah Winfrey, she has mixed background too, of course. So she's not a full-blown black woman. And the one thing I'm glad that I brought it up because the next videos I'm going to talk about in the future, because I have a lot of videos that need to be uploaded. I mean, technical issues with the uploading, okay, especially recall the nonsense situation with Mulatto Activist and Ebony. Yes, I have a whole lot to that because I don't agree with everything the Mulatto Activists have been saying on this YouTube and social media streets. I'm going to also talk about that. But Ebony was too too extreme, okay? Yeah, I'm talking about she's dark skinned. Says no. I don't tolerate that hood rat mess. Even she was high yellow, okay? I kid you not. I'm gonna tell somebody's business. When I was home the first time and I was about to get my housing, and a light skinned sister who's Creole and Mexican. Her son by my complexion. Now she disrespect me first. I didn't care if she born the same year Whitney Houston, born 63. I didn't give a damn she ought to be my mama. Okay. Her son is rappy by my complexion. And yeah, the mama came after me and talked to me. It was cool, but she started yelling and screaming at me, bro, in Kroger's on South Main. And I didn't get banned. I left after I cussed her out. But people, even the white lady that was assistant manager that she didn't like, knew I was not in the wrong. But I defended myself, verbally defended myself. And I cussed that woman out. Yes, me saying Aunt your mama's cotton picking, strawberry picking. I was saying all that because she came at me in the wrong manner. And talking to me crazy. And braiding at me a couple times. And y'all know I don't tolerate that braiding. And one time she said, where's my belt? Okay, you know I don't play with the core punch or shit. And you know I almost attempted to delete my mama. Okay, and okay, other family members about that. And I'm 41 years. Like, hold on, don't be talking to me in that way. So when she kept on, I ignored her. And I was on the computer. That's when she came in and started berating. I told her leave me alone. And I wanted it to be loud. I got louder, so I wanted everyone to know that I wasn't in the wrong. But she kept on pushing and pushing. I talked about that wig of hers. I went in on her. Of course, we both apologized. But before everybody started saying, oh, because Ebony's dark skin, this woman high yellow bright. Okay? And she came at me in the wrong manner. Y'all know I had that mouth. I went in on her. Was it December 2020? No, it was before Thanksgiving. It was around by November because I was about to get the housing. Okay, so I got it in February. So yeah, yes, I did. The white man who was in charge and kicking me out because he saw the video. I didn't come started with her. She started with me, and I kept telling her to leave me alone, and she kept running her mouth. So I started cussing her out, cussed her ass out. I showed that cussed that woman out. I went in on that woman. Okay, we in. Now, of course, we apologize, but I want anybody to know. I'm not trying to put nobody on blast. And I'm not going to mention names because her son is a kind of upcoming rapper. Okay, he just turned 40 this year, right? Or last year. He won 84, 85, 86. Well, anyway, I want that dude come there, camera skin, brother, come at me like, oh, excuse me, no offense to her. We apologize. Yo, mammy, start with me, okay? And I'm a cuss. If my mammy start, I ain't gonna come to defend her when she's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that mess because I'm like this. If you started shit, you in the wrong, right? Okay, I don't care who, mama, daddy, whatever, and you have a right to get caught out on for it. I don't care about what your damn age and all that other. I'm not with that bad tradition. If you are gonna be the elder, be just as gentle you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say how some people on wheelchairs disabled. No, she's not in that situation. I'm saying they have a mouthpiece, want to argue with somebody and start shit. Like this Mexican dude I know, they got one leg. He had a mechanical leg. He want to fight everybody. But I'm like, you only got one leg, bro. All we gotta do is hit that fake leg, okay? And you be on the sprint and we can squabble, okay? We'll squabble. You over here being big and bad because you can fight because nobody don't attack that one little leg. the fake one. All you gotta do is hit that fake leg, and you on the ground. You can't defend yourself. And I'm using the attack. One dude they was trying to start some mess last year. You Mexican, okay? And called me in the end. We had a dark skin. Y'all heard me pause when I say dog. Had this old big old fat dog, and I told the dude, I said, y'all can call me because I said you over here defending this Mexican racist Mexican dude, and I'm lying to you, and you black as that damn shirt. I went there. He could have fight me then, because when I said that, because, I'm sorry, I wasn't being cussed because I found you being cussed defending this Mexican man who lied to me. But now, usually, I'm sorry, that's why some people don't feel sorry for dark-skinned individuals, because you got some who have stuck-on syndrome themselves, have self-colorism themselves. They don't think themselves as beautiful. Now, I'm saying all dark-skinned people, I said some. And they will defend whites like Tommy Senor. Like, all y'all shy about Tommy. I'm not shy about Tommy Senor. Hell, I know plenty dark-skinned folks like that, okay? And then the main ones whine about color damn ism. I'm like, that's why I don't love you, because it's not about your color. You don't even like your own damn self. You want me to uplift you, but you on here and playing a stereotype, and that's why I'm going on Ebony, because that's what I saw of her. I saw that mess with her. She want to be the ghetto bitch on what I call National channel. I'm like, but you the same one be whining about you don't got no man. And it's like, nah, baby, you are playing to the stereotype that's what 9, 10 mulatto activists gonna make a mockery of you. Okay, like you need to stop. None of us are perfect, but you can tell she's doing it to be stereotypical. You can just straight up tell. There are people with personalities like that, but you can just tell because the other sisters who, when it comes to Afro Latino, the first one a little lighter than her. The other was similar, a little darker than her. The last chick that was on the last one on there who was Afro Latina, they had more class and ladylike. Okay, they were ladylike. The Ebony one was the ooh Lord. She was the ooh Jesus Lord. Like shut your ass up, bro. I'm a sister because I'm not trying to defend, but he didn't. And while he was on record, now he didn't say those things. Okay, that you said he did. But if you had referenced the stuff he said on his other social media, cause I'm about to get that ass. I'm be like Dr. Candace Matthews, gonna get that ass with mulatto activists. You'll be seeing to Kamala Anthony. First of all, you're not from Texas. Kamala Anthony did not go harass Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf harassed him. And he turned around and defend him, and that's why they locked him in jail. But although I'm going to do a video about Kamala Anthony, I'm trying to dishonor him or disrespect him, when I heard the story and people were showing some stuff about this man, don't get wrong, because you have people misinterpret things to try to promote propaganda. I saw some satanic stuff, and I'm telling you, these young people, no matter what their race, are involved in saying, I see why Travis Scott had everybody at the concert down here in Houston. Yeah, a lot of these kids are into they used to hide back in the day and use symbols and subliminal messages, but now they're out and open like they were Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying? All them guilty of Paint Town Red and Demons, and I dedicate that song Demons to Judge Pendeja Puta Gonzalez. Okay, down there in why I say Mississippi, Arizona. Okay, yeah, trying to exonerate me. You see why I didn't vote for Kamala Harris? Okay, so the point I'm trying to say is that, yeah, we're going to get to that, but let's get to the subject because I'm running my mouth, okay? Mulatta. Okay, so Mulatto Activist said his dad is Salvadoran and he's white passing. So that's why Dreaming Reality, which is known as multiracial movement, she said that he is not white. Because most people in Latin America, yeah, Hispanic is not a race. But most people in Latin America are racially mixed. I'm not talking about in phenotype. I'm talking about ancestry. Okay? Their ancestors are mixed with black, which is Africans that came there doing slaves, or the conquistadors. They had Afro-Spanish conquistadors, and white Spaniard conquistadors and indigenous people. That's the Afro-Mestizo mixture in Latin America. Triracial Afro-Mestizo mixture. Okay? So for you to sit here and say that your dad is white passing, don't get wrong, there are white passing Salvadorians. But, pick on question, is your dad fully Spaniard? Or if he's some Spaniard that moved to El Salvador, because let's be real, okay? Usually, and there are immigrants who are Latino who look white, but usually those who don't look white come over here is why? Why the ones who come over here to this country, crossing the border, going to planes or trains or boats, whatever, okay? How are they coming to immigrate? Because in their country, there's a lot of classism and colorism. And white presenting Latinos are fully white, like the president down there in Mexico, who's a full-blown white Jewish woman, okay? They have more prestige, more advantages, more privilege than the average racially biggest looking Latino or indigenous or African looking, okay? So that's why many Latinos who do not look white come over here to get the benefits they need. Let's be very real, okay? Because the white passing, or if they are such pure Spaniard ones, because if they're pure Spaniards, they've been there for centuries. I don't think they're pure. And usually, sometimes the ones marrying their cousins. Okay, my kids. Now that goes on too, in the higher ranking class. in love with the relative and they able to keep the bloodline pure, so they marry each other. No, occasion not married within their own family. Yes, okay, to keep the bloodline pure. That's what goes on in Latin America. So it's shocking here. There are white presenting Salvadorians. However, bro, talking about mulatto and activists, people gonna question that. Let's be real. You're more Latino, you're more Hispanic than I am. I have a drop of it down in Spanish Creole, Louisiana on my grandfather on my mom's side, okay, that I found out 10 years ago. You been knowing that you're Hispanic. So when Ricardo Nacio, when he came out ACI black and white, we thinking American Anglo-Saxon white. Okay? We're not thinking Latino, white percentage, or Spaniard. Now, someone like Halle Berry, second husband, would fit the categorization of a white Hispanic because he's Spanish from Spain, Spaniard, and French, Martinez. Halle Berry. And I'm going to do a video about Miss Halle Berry getting on my nerves. Halle Berry. I know she turned 60. I know she's the same age as Jan Jackson. I know she was born 67, but she was born 66. And she a Leo, like I am. Baby, I'm getting tired of Miss Halle damn Berry, okay? I'm going to do a video about her too. Baby, I got a whole lot of shit talking about Miss Halle damn Berry. About her daughter, saying her daughter is black, saying the white baby is a racist, like all these woke movies that she played in Queen. That's what got me to learn my multiracial background back in '93. Play in Jungle Fever. Play in Losing Isaiah. All these woke black type movies. You want to sit here and lay down with a white racist man from who French Canadian. Her first baby daddy. Because she been married how many times? Miss Halle. Baby, I'm going to do a bit about Miss Halle damn Berry. I'm getting tired of Miss Halle damn Berry. That's why we laugh at both her white baby daddies, the spicy white, her ex-husband, and her baby daddy from France. From French Canadian, the French, who she had a daughter with. They both took money and made her pay child support. I ain't feel sorry for her. Baby, and David Justice, the bright-skinned brother, he said he did some stuff that he did not do. But we all know Wesley Snipes did choke her. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did abuse her. I remember my sister told me when I was in Maine 16 years ago. That's why I believe Jennifer Lopez's story. A lot of people don't like Jennifer Lopez saying that she's trying to put a brother down. But no, he has Wesley Snipes because he's dark-skinned. I'm not giving him a pass. Wesley Snipes did abuse Halle Berry. And she had to go to the hospital to get surgery. Okay? So when I hear Jennifer Lopez saying that on Money Train he tried to violate her, and don't get wrong, Jennifer Lopez ain't all that innocent either. That's why. It had to do with him being the darkest one. No. Halle Berry did have to go get medical procedure by him. Okay? So if he has a history, that's suspect. It's suspect. But Halle Berry, baby girl, Lord have mercy. I'm just sitting tired of her. You want to identify the one drop rule, then you'll get a white man. Your kid gonna come out mostly like looking white. Sometimes it can come out, you never know what the baby gonna come out, but sometimes it might come. You mad that he straightened her hair, saying that he's telling her that she's mixed. You over here saying she black. Then you go get another white man from Europe who French and Spaniard. That's what if Mulatto Activist had said something like that was his dad, then it makes sense. Okay, but anyway, I got a whole lot of my piece by Miss Holiday. Then last year on Mother's Day, her ass butt ass naked with her man with that bright skin. Now Madonna is a Leo and a freak. You don't see her doing that. You see her with her kids and adopted kids. Taking a normal picture, but I'll be the freakest, okay? The freak, okay? Way before making style time, I'm being a freak, okay? Baby, I got a live piece talking about Miss Halle damn Berry. Whoo! I'm sick of her. I am sick of her. Yes, you don't do that on no damn Mother's Day. There's some thought shit on her Mother's Day. Now you present your kid, but you in the bed with your man, and y'all not even married. This is marriage number 25. Like I'm just getting tired. Miss Heidelberg, Miss yeah, people used to say, why you don't, I used to love, I was in love with Mariah Carey growing up, and people say, why you choose her? She don't identify as black. I said, she does. She said she black in Venezuela. So, oh, she mixed. She's born Spanish, African American. No, but Heidelberg said she black. You should know, and that was one reason why when I was growing up, she's beautiful, but I wouldn't go with Heidelberg because I identify with my multiracial. I don't want to be that one drop mess. Okay. And that's one thing that really, yeah, that will turn me off. You identify with the one drop rule and you defend it, okay. I can't tell you how to identify, but when we have children, I'm gonna be just like that white baby dad. We are mixed. My bloodline mixed. Zachary is African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish. I didn't show my kids, my family tree, so they can know where they come from and know who they are. And yeah, thank you. So I'm not gonna go with that one because the one rule, unlike her, it may benefit her for being a lighter skin tone with a black identity, but one drop rule hurt us African descendant people. That's why we have an identity crisis. That's why it was the N word, colored, Negro. That's why I had to get offended with Ebony talking about no, we didn't come created with those names, baby. They gave us those names. See, so a lot of activists was right about that, okay? Because it was so much bickering and arguing, there was no balance, and causing a lot of just laughing and giggling. That's why I had respect for him. But anyway, going back to what's her name, Halle Berry. We're going to the mixed heritage identity. So they went to the N word, Negro, mulatto, colored. Then we went to black, Afro American, African American. Now we got FBA, Hebrew, indigenous. We got all these different identities. But as I say, because these people don't do family research. That's why I say I'm African American. And when I say, why you say I'm African American, French, Spanish, English, African American, that's my genealogy. That's why I'm here talking to your asses. I wouldn't be breathing right now if all did not come together in my family tree. So that's what I go by. And I go by and I put multiracial, other to race and more. And I do check the Spanish box. And if you ask questions, what was Spanish? So we all forget Louisiana was a Spanish colony. It was just French. It was a Spanish colony. People didn't know the history. People were very uneducated. So let's go back to mulattoes, okay? So that's what this is the reason why that you, mulatto activist, is upset with people saying it, and I understand what multiracial movement, aka Dreaming Reality, is saying, but I have to say the Dream Reality that you please, sister, do some history about that because he's right. The word mulatto did come from Spain, actually came from the Moors. Okay, when it was a Christian had a baby with a Moorish Muslim, they were called. That's where it came from. Okay, so I get that, and the Spaniards were involved in slave trade. Okay, and they spread their seed. That's why when people question if you have a Spanish last name, people question what race you are, even regardless what your color is, because our Spanish ancestors that have Spanish Creole roots from Louisiana did sprinkle they semen, okay? They come. Let me nasty. I'm going to photograph here all over the damn globe. They went to Equatorial Guinea, okay? They went to Morocco as parts of Africa. They went to the Americas. They dominate the Americas. They went to the Philippines. They went to, oh Lord, they went to East Indies, which is by Indonesia, Guam, okay? Some of them went some of the Spaniards went to there, but not all the folks were Spanish because come from Mexico. There were Mexican people that came to the Philippines. Some of these Philippines are part Mexican. So that's why I recall now. I think that people assume that he was Mexican. Okay, I mean he is Mexican. He's Filipino. Okay, and the Spanish culture in the Philippines is very prominent because even the novellas like Maria de Barrio, Thalia, who's Mexican singer, who married Mariah Carey's ex-husband Tom Mottola, her novellas are popular down there. Okay, you can ask any Filipino. Okay, Enrique Iglesias, his mother is black, black. She Filipino Spanish. Okay, and his father's Spaniard. Talking about Julio Iglesias. Like a lot of people don't know that Philippines has a lot of Spanish connection. Okay, the way have Spanish, some have Philippines with Spanish last names. Okay, so yeah, people don't know. So and that's why people who are people, yeah, people don't know the history. Okay, it's called like it is, but the reason why this is debate because the American side and I have to agree with mulatto activists because they did put Afro-Indigenous as mulatto. That's why sometimes when we trace our roots, we find mulatto in the Native American categorization. I mean, Native American person's race, because they didn't respect they didn't respect indigenous ancestry. They didn't on the census. They did back in the day. The Native Americans was classified with Americans in 1920s, 1940s. Okay, otherwise 2 different years. I'm gonna do more research. But I was shocked to hear that when I was working for the voting poll, and we're trying to stop voter discrimination in back in 2014, and we had a class. I said, "What?" And it makes sense because all these people said, "Well, we don't got a Native American, and we were taught that person named American, they have mulatto." But because the United States used paper genocide on Native American people, so they marry a white person, they were listed as white, and they marry a black person, listed as black, also a mulatto. Yes, that's true. Occasionally use paper. They put Native Americans as black and white or mulatto till later on. Okay, so that's why that you have indigenous people listed as mulatto. They did play paper genocide on Native American people. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's why it's hard to trace Native American lineage. And trust me, it is. Um, and I was fortunate to find out one of my fifth grandfathers on my big mama's side was Cherokee. John Will Jackson Jr. You know what I'm saying? And he died Cherokee at age 36. He's from Georgia. A lot of Cherokees in Georgia. Georgia came from Georgia. And his son married my mulatta, fourth grandmother. He was my fourth grandfather. John Will Jackson Jr. was fully Cherokee. He married my fourth grandmother, Phyllis Corns. That's on my big mama side. Okay, and she was biracial. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? So y'all don't, and that's what I'm saying. That many of y'all on these sites, I'm not gonna say names, who have I battle and argue with, I'm gonna say that, want to come here and debate about what is mixed, what is not, and here you talk to somebody who's an OG as well, of this multiracial movement since '90s, letting you know I've been doing research, and still when I get more money, I'm planning to do more research on my family. I'm still trying to find my maternal grandfather's roots, my mother's dad. Okay, I just found out that my fourth, my great grandmother. They said my older brother said that who's darker, who's born '77. He told me that she was light skinned with long hair and she was murdered. But I'm finding records that she was alive and somehow she married some white man and she was a young child. So my great grandfather, and I carry his last name. Okay, this is my grandfather on my mom's side, the one who he died. And it's weird. He died in '86. He died 40 years ago in October, um, in San Antonio. I never knew him. Okay, my mom's dad. Um, what's shocking is that she had turned 18, I believe, when she gave birth to my grandfather in 1937, and her baby daddy was Ellie. Yes, in Grimes was it by Grimes, kind of Brown, Texas, where them small town. So do you understand that? Yes. And I guess some people don't tell us our family history, but see, that's why I don't respect too many elders. When y'all gatekeep our family history, these young people act a fool, okay? And then they go by what they've been told. They don't investigate. That's why I'm seeing in these streets that all these arguments and debates and hostility coming from because many people been lied to, okay? So let's get back to the Spanish roots of there were mulattoes in Latin America. And I'm going to talk about, he's Salvadoran. I just put on my thread on YouTube that there was Afro-Salvadorians and there were mulattoes there too. And there were mulattoes in Mexico. A lot of y'all don't realize that Toya La Negra, she was both Mexican and Haitian descent. She was an old school singer from Veracruz. and she had a song called Soy Mulata. Soy Mulata. Yo soy mulata, something like that, right? Okay. And my thing is that when y'all talking about Latin Americans are not mulatto, and it's funny because you have people who are quote black and white biracials, and they look racial ambiguous. People think they're Mexican. Well, you know why? Because a lot of Mexicans and Latinos have mulatto ancestors. Mexicans are not just Spanish indigenous; they have African blood too. I've been saying it for a long fucking time. When I get an article with racist Mexicans, I bring that up. If they make some anti-blacks, call your own self the N-word. Call yourself a nigga. Because there was a black person in Mexico in colonial period of time that was messing with your Spanish indigenous ancestors. A lot of them have mulatto ancestors. And sometimes they resemble their olive skin tone, yellow bone, how yellow, you know what I'm saying? Their hair not too straight, it's wavy, curly. Even that crazy, and I'm going to say the word, N-word, the crazy nigga who Mexican, Adrian Jimenez, the one that was out there, no, Ramirez, Adrian Ramirez down in Antioch, California, was harassing that sister. He got curly hair and Negro nose. That dude can look statistically mulatto. You know, he's Afro mestizo. Like, what in the world is... That's the funny part. When you see the curly hair, and I went to school with a bunch of Mexicans. Not all Mexicans got the curly perm. There are Mexicans with curly hair. Where that curl come from, baby? Where that wave curly hair come from? Their black ancestor, the Pelocino. So I don't understand that half y'all don't know that, okay? That's why people get mistaken when you have someone like Dream Reality, aka multiracial movement, cause she do. I mean, if I saw her, I would thought she Mexican too. You know what I'm saying? But she's not. But in Mexico, they had folks that looked like her because of the Spaniard, indigenous, and African mixture. Okay. So this is nothing new. And if I sang that song that Tito Puente was talking about because they made Oye Como Va, and I sang it in Celia Cruz and Santana remade it. But the reason why I did that because y'all don't know there was songs say mulata, mulatto, you know, saying and what was it? It was a Frankie and the Groin, Mi Mulata. He's Colombian, right? He had a song called Mi Mulata back in 2003. I remember seeing it on Mundo. See, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm hearing all these little stupid comments and people just out here just, and I'm gonna say the word, champing out, get mad in your feelings. But y'all, some of y'all already can say names. The point is y'all not doing research. And it's best to do historical research. Is why it's like ignorance is a bliss in these YouTube streets because and I blame their elders because I had to argue with my own elders about what's right, what's wrong. You know what I'm saying when it comes to history because they was told, I guess they were told to keep things secret. Like for example, my multiracial heritage, ancestry. I was told to keep that secret. But like hell no, I ain't taking that secret. I'm not. No hell no. Like it was at the time when being mixed was you had Mariah Carey, you had Tyson Beckford. He's dark skinned, but he's mixed too. You had Naomi Campbell, who admitted that she's part Chinese on her family tree. You had Foxy Brown. You had Shamar Moore. You had who else? The Rock, Tiger Woods, Benjamin Bratt, who played, Blood In, Blood Out. You know, he has a white father. His mom was Bolivian. Of course, my girl, Christina Aguilera, Genie in the bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. Yeah, and when I found, I know she was mixed. You know what I'm saying? When I saw him on interview with Gene Boston, she's part white, part Hispanic, and she is. She part Ecuadorian. Baby, baby, you know I love me, Christina Aguilera. If you wanna be, and Ecuadorians are Afro mestizos too. They're not fully Spaniard or indigenous, okay? They got African blood too. Besides these, if you wanna, be, Cameron Diaz, she mixed too. Her dad ain't no full blown Spaniard Cuban. Y'all stop. That's why she had a big old butt. I'll never forget a white girl that was hating on her in ninth grade. We were watching the mass, and she had the big lips, and she said, those lips are not fake, and those butt. This is white girl was saying. And in my head thinking, white girl, please, you mad because you don't like that, but that girl's mixed, okay? And she has Cuban, she's part Cuban, talking about Cameron, she's like a white woman, but she's part Cuban. She has the big behind and her lips. Okay, that's the African blood in her. Okay, don't be hating. Don't hate. Do not hate, girlfriend, because you don't got that, bitch. Okay, anyway. Gotta do the snap of the finger. Y'all snap with me. Okay. I was in ninth grade and trying to keep my mouth shut. Like, you mad because the woman is mixed. She's not a full blown white woman, okay? And she just looked like a white woman, but she's part Cuban. And her dad looked more, lighter skin tone and lighter skin Cuban and probably identifies white, but he got some African indigenous blood too. And yeah, so you just mad because you're behind. Your ass ain't big and her lips ain't big because it came from the black part of her roots. Bitch. Anyway, yeah. Bitch. I call her a bitch because she was being racist towards me, and I feel sorry for her Mexican part white husband. They got married after we graduated high school. Because she did say some and so when my baby come, I said, no, your baby mixed. I did. I used to argue with that white girl, telling me I was not mixed. Then, well, I have any. Okay, you're not a full blown white girl either. You got Native American in your blood. Gonna tell me when I'm not mixed, but you want to live as a fake multiracial person, as a white girl because she have blonde hair, blue eyes. If you have Native American blood, you ain't no full blown. You mixed. Cause what for that dick and pussy of that Native American person, your ass wouldn't be here. You're tired of people think I say what I say. I didn't say it like that back in 12th grade, but still I can say it now since I'm 47. Okay, she's same age as me, right? She born 1987, no, 1987, 1979, 1980. She around my age, right? Okay, we was cool back then, but not no more. Oh Lord, we got going towards, and she called me the N word too. She sure did. Yeah, sure did. But back in the ninth grade, she was too sweet. Then got a 12th grade, and I feel sorry if her kids did come out. Y'all mix, especially the husband part Mexican, part white. He like a doggone Mexican. He don't like no white. He don't like no full blown white boy. He got curly hair that's Afro black. Cause I thought he was part African American and Mexican, but he's part white and part Mexican. And that curly hair and that wide nose that didn't come for no thank you. That besides indigenous in his blood, he had African blood too. Don't call your kids the W word and the N word, now, girlfriend. I'm gonna cuss her ass. I showed it. She remind me of not Marsha Brady. What's that? Jan Brady. Remember the white girl in the Brady Bunch movie back in 1990s? She reminded her of her glasses. Marsha. Right. Oh, I couldn't stand her. But she talking about if my baby comes, we had, the little fake baby, the dolls, like a live baby, so teach how to take care of a child. And she said, so they had a white, my baby's going to be considered white. I said, your baby's mixed. If you and so, I want to say their names, they mixed. They going to be considered white. I said, I'm like, my head, well, why you won't give it a white man? Why are you with him? In my head thinking, you going to get a mixed child. And this I'm not for more racial to mixed people. Stop more racial, all of us. He messed up, fucked up my damn family tree up. I have to argue with people about our identity, okay? Shit. We are mixed. Mixed is mixed. If you have mixed background, dick and pussy, I'm being nasty, dick and pussy, a different race in your bloodline, made your ugly ass. Now, of course, I'm saying ugly, but those who won't disagree, I said what I said. And those who don't disagree, you ain't ugly. My point is, we are mixed race people, okay? All right? The government been monitoring mixed race people for years. It needs to stop. It happened to my own family tree, okay? So I had to argue, get ugly with people, okay? Yeah, the government tried because it was for racial purposes. They didn't want us, as we had white heritage, had the same privilege as white people. Because by we having white European roots, they made us equal to white people. They didn't want that. That's why they had that one drop rule. That's why they was raping slaves, so that each baby come out different colors. They can put them in a plantation to be slaves, not because they didn't want to be free like the white man. Okay, so people don't know the history. These people is ignorant. Okay, I say ignorant. Okay, so that's why. All right, but going back to the Spanish culture, there's plenty songs, literature of mulatto, the caste system, and it's weird that people in the United States who say they biracial and mulatto do not know that. Okay, in Mexico, even the people that came through Mexico to Los Angeles, California, Los Angeles, okay, it was Los Angeles, Alta California. They had Afro Mexicanos. Some of them were mulattoes. They were not pure Africans. They had European blood. The last Mexican governor, Pia Pico, one of his grandma was listed as mulatto in the caste system. He was Spanish, native, and African Italian. Okay, Pia Pico, the last Mexican governor before they took we took California from Mexico. Okay, so that's why when I argue with Mexicans who are anti-black, some of you are defending other people that went to from Jalisco who are Afro Mexicans or Mexican descendants and mixed with the indigenous people. You are descendants. Some of you are call some pinche mayate. Call your own damn self a pinche mayate. Call some mayate because somebody mayate in your bloodline too. Thank you. My damn nerves. I had to argue with these racist Latino people, but that yes I do. Cause I don't play the victim card. Ain't no victim up here. And I'm the Afro spick because I have Spanish Creole roots. I call myself a nigga. I'm an Afro speaker. I don't play that shit. I will let me Afro speaker when you get on your ass about you. Call me me out there the N word. I'm gonna let you know that you had some African blood too. Y de raíces, buscar tu pinche raíces before you come talk to be crazy. Okay. So do you get my point? And it's weird because I've been speaking Spanish. I stumbled because I'm American. But I found out my fucking father, when my fucker was black Spanish, lesson real. And yeah, I love speaking Spanish. I do. I don't give a fuck about y'all getting mad about me speaking Spanish. Kiss my Afro speak ass. Get my damn nerves. Shit. It was already ingrained in my blood. When I got my income tax and my check, oh dang, I don't forget I had what's it called? I had college money, the refund money, because I was going to school online. Money coming from work. Ooh, dang, I had a lot of money. About $2,000, baby. Ooh, 2016. February to a Black History Month. Baby. And I put more money on Instagram to find my roots. That's why I found all these different bloodlines and races. I said, dang, I ain't need to do the documentation. And I said, dang, that's my fourth grandpa, black Spanish Creole. It took me a while to learn that. It's like I've been saying I was done Hispanic, all this Spanish. Don't need this, then like, yo sé que está niños, eres pequeño, eres de Sudamérica, tu mamá es mexicana. Like, no, I'm not black, I'm not Afro-Latino. And I'm not, but now I have to go back and say, no soy mexicano, porque yo tengo raíces de Louisiana, mezcla española. Y yo soy parte hispánica, pero mi herencia es hispánica de Louisiana. Okay? So I let them know where it comes from because I'm not, so that's why. It's where I used to get those comments. Especially I was on Paso, it's called me Jarocho. Remember the Afro Mexicans came, Veracruz. Okay, so people don't know their history. It is better, y'all, please. Mulatto is in the literature of Latin America, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Mexico, Central South America. Like, please do research before running your mouth. Okay? Do fucking research. Stop running your damn mouth. Okay? Alright? But a lot of activists, I'm gonna get you on this. I'm gonna get on your ass, on your culo. You said about Kamala Anthony, I'm gonna get you for that. Kamala Anthony was not the corporate. That old bitch ass, racist ass motherfucker, Austin, and his twin ass evil brother, both of them evil twins, are racist. I'm glad they come out and said they were throwing clans and signs and all that other crap. So they were instigators, and that man didn't play. Kamala Anthony, he was in practice and here this white dude try harassing, so he should not be in prison. It was self-defense because it been the other way around. It come out and it was white. Would y'all say the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, Key come out here, and then two, I also was upset that two, you said on Carl Nelson's channel that if a Mexican was driving a truck, he pulled a racial profile. Okay, it really hurt me when you said it because you have a Hispanic father. We in Houston had to deal with a death last month. What's that man name? Lorenzo Salgado Rajo. Do you understand? He was going to damn work. And these fucking evil bitch ass ICE agents targeted him and killed and lied. Said that he had meth in his van or truck or whatever. But there was not meth. It was electrolytes to keep you hydrated because you work in the hot sun. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand that you can be pulled over? Because there are Mexicans that do look like you. Now, you're not Mexican Salvador. Even people question Celeste Hernandez. Now, it's funny. You're not even talking about that case. With El Salvador, you can tell she has some African blood in her. Besides Miss Tisa, okay? She was killed by David in the industry. Because I don't think David did it alone. I think he did that with the industry, too. I think a whole bunch of them was around him when they killed Celeste, because she was going to expose the tea. Plus, they're looking for a victim anyway, so they can go get that kidney. And I look at the since you're more Hispanic than I am, the other Hispanic person that's allegedly connected to this case, who was connected to Kanika Jenkins, which is Selena Gomez. I look at her ass. Her husband married. Her husband was the one that signed it. Right as I heard, Benny Blanco, he's not Latino, he's Jewish. Okay, he's white Jewish. That's his nickname. That's his stage name. So I'm looking at Interscope needs investigation because they got a lot of allegations and they're very evil. I thought about signing with Interscope back in 2013. Thank the Lord I did not. Whew! I thought about signing with Clyde Davis after Whitney Houston died. I didn't know he was murdering Whitney Houston. I didn't know that. Oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't. Okay. So that's what I'm saying, that I disagree with you because now I'm about to act like Ebony because that was wrong. You don't even know about the whole case. You're going by what they tell you. No, the man was instigated by Austin McCaff, who's harassing him, and Carmelo Anthony defending himself, and it led to him being killed. And it was justified because it was self-defense. Okay? Let a white man be attacked by a brother. Would y'all say the same thing? Oh, he be locked up? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop, because you don't look like a white person. Okay? You don't look white. You don't look white, dude. Okay? But I'm saying, I'm for mixed race identity, but all this white supremacist talking points, bro, shut up. Because you're talking shit. Okay? You're talking shit. Camera scan, brother, come on. And one thing before I close on this video. Why y'all not talking about Nolan Wells? All this mulatto talk. Nolan was camera skin and mixed like me. Okay? Look at his mama. Blazing. And of course she also got white in her too. Her grandmother had a white daddy. Okay, so yeah, her grandma, her dad side had a white daddy. Okay? So she black, white, Asian. He partial mulatto. He had white ancestry because mulatto had two definitions. It says a black and white parent, and it says a person with black and white ancestry. That includes me because I have it. Besides Native American, okay, and that's what the definition says. Okay, so that I'm just saying that no one is not talking about our Blasian mulatto prince, caramel skin, Nolan Wells. Okay, and he was mixed. Okay, why nobody talking about Nolan Wells? All this tragic mulatto talk. Talk about our Blasian mulatto, caramel skinned prince named Nolan Wells. Say his name and say Lorenzo's name too, and that too. They really got me, cause you talking about someone targeting you. They can target you too, with your last name being Hispanic. Okay, they can pull you over, cause you do look illegal. I'm making fun of you, mulatto activists. I'm telling you, you are racial bigots. Most Hispanics people come all colors, but most of them are racial bigots looking because of the Spanish and African mixture, and you do fit the profile. While you calling or calling out to all type of illegals, illegal this, illegal that, you got darker, you got the kinky, you got the curly hair, but you got Latinos that look like that too. Actually, it's a Mexican man that's on social media that kind of resemble you, and people think that he's lying because he looked more on the black side. They forget that Mexicans have black blood in it. This man, I've seen a lot of comments, ignorant, dumbass people who don't read no damn history. Okay? So, you do look racial bigotry illegal before you start calling somebody illegal too. Okay? Your dad's from El Salvador, right? He's Salvadorian. Okay, does he look illegal? Oh, I forgot he look white. Until they hear that accent. And they say last name. Then they start questioning, why are you here? Who brought you here? Go back home. There's some racist white people gonna say it to you. Okay? I know my white Anglo-Saxon cousins. Remember, I have Anglo-Saxon too. In English, in Scottish, it's Anglo-Saxon. I have Irish in me too, besides French, Spanish, Creole. In the America, of course, African American. Okay, so I know my white supremacist cousins. Okay, especially in the South. You come in, get your no further anything. You Mexican with some little stringy curly hair. Who brought you over here across the border? Okay, he do. He looks a typical Hispanic. He do. He do like a typical Hispanic. He do. He do. He do. He does. And let me tell you something. And he over here calling people illegals. Bro, look in that damn mirror. Okay, but you see you don't look black, you also look illegal to the racist society. Okay? And I'm not a big fan of Carl Nasser, but I had to laugh. I said, this man calling me illegal, Carl Nasser, but you look illegal too. You do look illegal, and that's part of being mulatto, bro. Since mulatto come out colors, but you look racial. But why you think that sometimes a mulatto, a Irish mulatto is confused as a Mexican or some other Hispanic group because of the history of mulatto mixed and mestizo people? That's why some Hispanics can pass for it. Why you think? What's her name? Apollonia. When she was working with Prince, people thought she was mulatto. Of course she is Afro-Mestiza, but you know what I'm saying? She's partially mulatto besides partially Mestiza, but, they thought that she was like Vandy, with a Afro-descendant parent, and a white mama. You know what I'm saying? But no, she's Mexican. She plays per brain. Darnicky. So, you know what I'm saying? So, while you over here making jokes about who is illegal and all that other stuff, and Kamala Anthony... Bro, I'm trying to keep my cool because I know that you in a multiracial movement, aka Dreamy, have been added, but you didn't have to compare it to a monkey. Okay, you don't have to compare that woman to a monkey. Let's stop. Okay, let's stop. Anyway, I had enough. I got things to do. Ooh, the phone. I gotta call some people. Ooh, I gotta call. I gotta go, y'all. Bye, y'all.